Hello grade 5s, welcome to Mathematics, Term 2, Activity 2. Today we're going to do even and odd numbers. Let's first look at even numbers. Any integer that can be divided exactly by 2 is an even number. The last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. For example, minus 24, do you see it ends on a 4? 0, 6 and then 38. Do you see 38 ends on an 8? They are all even numbers. Let's look at odd numbers. Any integer that cannot be divided exactly by 2 is an odd number. The last digit is always 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. For example, minus 3, 1, 7 and 35 are all odd numbers. Odd numbers are between the even numbers. Let's look at adding and subtracting odd and even numbers. When we add or subtract odd or even numbers, the results are always the following. On the left, you will see the operation, in the middle, the result, and then at the right side, we will look at an example. If the number is red, it is an odd number. If the number is blue, it is an even number. Let's look. If we take even and add even, then the result will be an even number. For example, 2 plus 4 equals 6. If we take an even number and add an odd number, then the result will be an odd number. Let's look at an example. 6 plus 3 equals 9. If we take an odd number and add an even number, the result will be odd. For example, 5 plus 12 equals 17. If we take an odd number and add another odd number, our result will be even. For example, 3 plus 5 equals 8. Now the same thing happens when we subtract instead of adding. Let's look at multiplying odd and even numbers. When we multiply odd or even numbers, the results are always the following. Once again, on the left side is the operation, what we do. In the middle is the result, which we will get. And at the right side is the example. Again, the red color numbers are the odd numbers, and the blue numbers are the even numbers. Okay, if we take an even number and multiply it with another even number, our result will always be even. For example, 4 times 8 equals 32. If we take an even number and multiply it with an odd number, the result will always be even. For example, 4 times 7 gives us 28. If we take an odd number and multiply it with an even number, our result will always be even. For example, 5 times 8 equals 40. Then lastly, when we take an odd number and multiply it with another odd number, our result will be odd. For example, 5 times 7 equals 35. Now let's look at this odd fact. Every odd number has an "e" in it. Let's do an activity. Number 1. If you add 2 even numbers together, the answer is A, 0, B, always even, C, always odd, or D, sometimes even and sometimes odd. Pause the video, go write your answer down, and then afterwards we will look at what the answers were. Question number 2. If you add 2 odd numbers together, the answer is A, sometimes even and sometimes odd, B, 0, C, always even, or D, always odd. If you add an even number and an odd number, the answer is A. 0, B. sometimes even and sometimes odd, C. always even, or D. always odd. Question 4. Which of the following numbers is odd? A. 4 times 3, B. 5 times 3, C. 7 times 6, or D. 6 times 4. Question number 5. Which diagram has an even number of ice creams? A, B, C, or D? Question number 6. Which of the following is even? A. 9 times 14, B. 15 times 17, C. 17 times 9, or D. 11 times 19. Question number 7. Which one of the following is odd? A. 27 times 36, B. 24 times 23, C. 56 times 34, or D. 25 times 33. Question number 8. Below are the first 3 diagrams of a pattern. What is the next diagram in a pattern? Is it A, B, C, or D? Question number 9. Below are the first 3 diagrams of a pattern again. Which is the next diagram in a pattern? Is it A, B, C, or D? Make sure you answered all the questions before you continue watching this video. If you struggle to answer some of the questions, first go back to the beginning of the video, go through it again, and then you answer all the questions. Let's look at the answers. Number 1. If you add 2 even numbers together, the answer is B. always even. Number 2. If you add 2 odd numbers together, the answer is C. always even. Question number 3. If you add an even number and an odd number, the answer is D. always odd. Question number 4. Which of the following numbers is odd? B. 5 times 3. Because remember, when you multiply, the only time it is an odd number is when you multiply an odd number with an odd number. Question number 5. Which diagram has an even number of ice creams? The answer was B. Question number 6. Which one of the following is even? A. 9 times 40. Question number 7. Which one of the following is odd? D. 25 times 33. Question number 8. Below are the first 3 diagrams of a pattern. What is the next diagram in a pattern? The answer was C. And then the last question, number 9. Below are the first 3 diagrams of a pattern. What is the next diagram in a pattern? The answer was A. Well done, you are a star. Remember to practice your multiplications from 3 times up to 12 times. And don't forget the divisions as well for these. Goodbye, hope to see you soon.